Good morning, dear children. I hope you all are fine and enjoying your online classes. Children, we started with chapter 3, two stories about flying, which has two parts. First is His First Flight by Liam O'Flaherty, and the second part is The Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth. Children, we have completed both the parts. Now, today in this session, we will begin with the recapitulation of both the parts, and then I will provide you with the answers of the assignment which I gave you in the previous class. The story His First Flight by Liam O'Flaherty gives an account of a young seagull who is afraid to fly. The story goes on to show how eventually, with his mother's help, the young seagull conquers his fears and completes his first flight in triumph. The young seagull was afraid to fly. We have seen this. Even when he saw his brothers and sisters flying and his parents helping and teaching them, he could not gather enough courage, or he could not muster enough courage to make that first flight. His father and mother calls him shrilly and scolds him. His parents threatened to let him starve on his ledge if he did not fly. The young seagull was very hungry. It was his hunger that ultimately compelled it to fly. His hunger only intensified when he saw his mother tearing a piece of fish that lay at her feet. He cried to her, begged her to get some food. When his mother came towards him with food in her beak, he screamed with joy. However, she stopped midway. He wondered why she didn't come nearer. He could not resist or control his hunger any longer and dived at the food in his mother's beak. At the end moment, his hunger overpowered his fear at the great expanse of sea beneath the cliff. Thus, the young seagull, with his family's help, overcame his fear and accomplished his first flight. He did not lose hope. The same happened with the author or the pilot of our next part, The Black Aeroplane. The story is about a pilot who feels happy and contented to fly over a city at the night time. We see that he is flying from Paris to London. The narrator was happily flying his old Dakota aeroplane over France. He was looking forward to flying back home for the holidays. So he contacted Paris Control and informed that he was flying back to England. He then checked his map and compass. He was on his last stand, but he believed he could make it to England. He was dreaming of an English breakfast. 150 kilometers from Paris, he saw storm clouds in the sky. They looked like huge black mountains. The narrator thought he should return to Paris, but he really wanted to reach home and have breakfast with his family. So, deciding to take risk, he flew his Dakota into the storm. Everything went black. Narrator checked his compass. To his amazement, the compass was turning round and round and round. It wasn't working. None of his instruments worked. He could not contact Paris Control for help. He was now lost in the storm. Suddenly, he saw another aeroplane flying towards him. The pilot waved and told the narrator to follow him. The narrator was glad. He followed the black aeroplane like an obedient child. The narrator had been following the black aeroplane for quite some time now. The Dakota was now on its last fuel tank. It would only last for a few more minutes. The narrator was beginning to feel afraid when the black aeroplane started circling down. Suddenly, he came out of the clouds. With joy, he saw a runway in front of him. He was safe. He looked around for the black aeroplane so he could thank the pilot, but there was no sign of the black aeroplane. He landed, glad to be walking away from his Dakota. At the control tower, he asked about the other pilot. The woman at the counter looked at him puzzled. She told him that his plane was the only one she could see on the radar. The narrator was stunned. Who was the pilot in the black aeroplane without lights? It remained an unsolved mystery. Children, that was the recapitulation of both the parts of two stories about flying. Now let us see the assignment answers. Question number 1 was, what risk did the writer take while flying? Why? The risk was of flying the old Dakota aeroplane into the storm. The pilot took it as he wished to reach home as soon as possible and to be present at the breakfast table. Question 2. Why did the writer follow the pilot of another aeroplane? The author took the risk of flying through the black clouds. He could not see anything. The aeroplane jumped and twisted up every now and then. All his instruments had stopped working. Suddenly, he saw another plane with no lights on its wings. The other pilot gestured him to follow his plane and guided him till they had landed safely out of the clouds. Question 3. How did the writer get out of the storm in the night to land safely? He saw another plane with no lights on its wings. The other pilot gestured him to follow his plane and guided him till they had landed safely out of the clouds. Question 4. How did the seagull's parents try to make him fly? To train the young seagull in the art of flying, his parents helped out. The parents called out in a shrill voice along with cajoling and scolding him in turn. Then they threatened to let him starve. When all this proved unsuccessful, his mother tempted him by flying close to his ledge with a piece of fish in its mouth. Maddened by hunger, he dived forward to get that piece and fell into space. To save himself, he spread his wings and found that he was able to fly. How did the young seagull and his family celebrate his first flight? When the young seagull started flying and got over his fear, his family screamed around him out of the joy. They praised him and offered him scraps of dogfish out of delight as he made a successful attempt. Children, these were the answers of your assignment questions. I hope all these points are clear to you. In case if you want to add any of the points which you have not written, you can do that. Also, mail me the answers as soon as you are done with the assignments. Thank you.